Hello, what's up guys? How you doing? It is Lasty here. Welcome to, well, above my head it says Classic International Heroes. What I thought I would do today is give you a list of players and some potential items that I think we could possibly see over the next few days, weeks, whatever it is during Euro 2016 that EA are going to bring for us. So of course the Festival of FUTball is out right now on FIFA 16. EA are bringing out all lots of Man of the matches, special tournaments, all that sort of stuff. And if you missed it, well, they're going to also be bringing us some classic international hero items, which, if you forgive me from not looking at the camera, I'm going to read something for a moment. It says, during the Festival of FUTball, we will be regularly celebrating some of the best modern classic players via one-off hero items that will only be available for a limited time. These hero items feature much loved and active players with upgraded stats based on their performance in past international tournaments. That gets me a little bit excited. So basically what we can expect is potentially some players that are still on the game but maybe aren't in the current tournament and have had good experiences in previous World Cups, Euros, that sort of thing. So what I've put together today is a few different players that I think could possibly get these special hero cards and what their stats could potentially look like. I think EA might go on a bit of a mad one here and give us some ridiculous cards worthy of like the level of team of the season hype. So the first idea I had in my head of what they could potentially do is re-release some of the Euro 2012 Man of the matches. You will have seen some of these cards featured in my videos over the past couple of weeks. I've been doing my generation stuff for like teams that are in the Euros, and some of these cards have been popping up, like the Theo Walcott and stuff there. You've probably seen it in my videos over the last couple of weeks. Now, these 8 players on your screens are some of the players that are still left on FIFA 16 that were on like FIFA 12 that got these Man of the matches, not necessarily playing for their country in Euro 2016, but they are still active players. And what I think they could potentially do is re-release the Man of the match versions on FIFA 16. It seems a little unlikely, but if they did it, it would be absolutely phenomenal. I mean, the most exciting ones on this page are, of course, those bottom 4, for me anyway. But you guys might like the idea of an 86 rated Arshavin, an 86 rated Walcott with 98 pace, that sort of thing. These are the stats that these players had on FIFA 12 in their Man of the match items. And the only thing that would change, of course, is the fact that I think due to licensing and stuff, it wouldn't be the exact same card, because let's face it, like Xabi Alonso, I think, was playing for Real Madrid at the time, but he would have a Bayern card now because that's his club. He's licensed to that club. I don't think they would ever re-release with a different, like a transferred card almost. That would be wrong. But what we could see is some pretty seriously rated cards on FIFA 16. If they did this, I would be absolutely buzzing because those bottom 4 are some of the greatest cards I've ever used. Imagine if they gave Andrea Pirlo 71 pace. That makes him like 125% more useful because that's a plus 30 pace from his regular item on FUT this year. I think that's going to be the main route they go down, is some of these players that are almost like classic international legend type players. They no longer play for their nation, and actually they've declined on FIFA because they've got a bit old, they've got slow and stuff like that. Exactly, a great example is this Pirlo. I mean, imagine if they do just focus on like pace and getting them back up to like their glory days. Not quite legend status, but like some pretty high rated cards with good pace and good shooting and good dribbling and passing and stuff. I think that could be a potential route that EA go down. If so, we might get like a 90 rated Mario Gomez, which would of course outdo his team of the season card. Yeah, it would. And then the two that I think I'd most be looking forward to would be the Man of the match Balotelli, or the hero Balotelli, and of course the Fernando Torres as well. Both are different clubs now. I believe they were both in the Premier League back in FIFA 12. But could you imagine that the Torres with 88 pace, 90 shooting? It would be unreal. It would be so much fun, and I'd love it. And the Balotelli was probably one of the sweatiest strikers I've ever used on any FIFA. So to see that would be absolute gold. I think that's one route that they might possibly go down. What do you think? Let me know down below in the comments. Another route that EA could go down is, well, instead of literally re-releasing players that had these FIFA 12 Man of the Match items, releasing them as heroes on FIFA 16, they could do something like this and think about some of the players that are still active on the game, maybe that have retired from international football, and almost boost them, not quite legend status like I said before, but to almost a rating that they would have been on FUT a few years ago. And I've got another 8 players here that I think could potentially make the cut. As you can see along that top bar, these are like new but old school Euro items, and these are all European club items. So we've got Van der Vaart, who is seriously lacking nowadays on FUT, but they could go a little bit back towards his glory days and give him the pace, give him the shooting, give him the passing back that represents almost a version of him when he was in his glory days. Same with Huntelaar, Miroslav Klose. I mean, he is like all-time World Cup top goal scorer and stuff like that. He's a record breaker. Could they give him a really high-rated card with good pace that makes him seriously usable? Same with Frank Lampard. Whip that pace back up from 40-odd to 75, because that's the sort of pace he had back in his heyday. And Gerrard, Di Natale, David Villa and Totti. How incredible could those potential hero items be? Di Natale is probably one of my favourites of all time. I never used like the FIFA 10 David Villa and Totti when they were both back in their heyday and stuff. And these potential heroes that I've given them aren't as high rated as that. But this would like, it shows you back in the day what these players sort of were like. Sometimes they were higher rated than this, and of course they've all peaked and gone down a little bit over the past couple of years. But we could potentially be looking at some amazing items here. These are all the Euro style ones from players of a European nation. My other idea is that I don't think, well, ever since the Festival of FUTball has started, EA have actually given these Man of the Matches out to players in the Copa America as well as Euro 2016. So maybe not just European players could get this type of stuff. Maybe we could see some new old school like Copa America items or stuff like that. Just any international nation that have played in tournaments over the past few years, maybe some of their significant players could be receiving these items. And I've got another 8 for you here. These are some of the players that I found that were still on Ultimate Team, but they've decreased and they probably don't play for their nation anymore and stuff like that could potentially get some boosted stats. The likes of like Cambiasso, like he's nothing on Ultimate Team anymore. He's like a non-rare rubbish player, but actually he could get some pretty sick stats from back in his heyday. The likes of Tim Howard, Michel Bastos, even like Falcao. You forget how great of a striker he was just a few years ago, and now he's seen as a bit of a flop. Well, a complete flop, I guess you could say. But maybe if we got like one which gave him some pace back, some shooting ability and all that stuff, he would be really, really usable on Ultimate Team. And then the bottom 4 players here, I would be buzzing over. I'd absolutely love them. Lisandro Lopez, can you remember him back on FIFA like 11 or whatever it was? Crazy stats. Maicon with like a club 80 item, that would be sick as well. And then Kaká and Tevez. Well, Tevez has already got a tot, so it wouldn't really boost his stats to above his tots, but I think Kaká could be an absolute worldie. This would literally almost represent a legend version of Kaká on the game. Of course, playing for Orlando now rather than like Real Madrid or AC or whoever he's played for in the past. But if we had a Kaká with serious pace, really good dribbling, amazing shooting and passing, he'd be one of the best players in the game. And I think that is a route that EA are going to be going down. So I thought what I would do is put this video together for you guys today so that you know what we could potentially see coming. If you guys have any other ideas of what they could do, then let me know down below in the comment section. And leave a like whilst you're there as well. If you're looking forward to stuff like this happening on Ultimate Team, I genuinely think it could be a thing. Especially as we're at a point in the game now where, you know, FIFA 17's been announced. It's only months until we get that. So this is the more dead time of year. So I feel like EA have a bit of freedom to release these crazy cards with crazy pace, all of that stuff, when, you know, in other times of the year they wouldn't be able to. So anyway, I really do hope you've enjoyed. It's been like a custom video of what we could see coming up. Hope that builds some hype for you and stuff like that. Smash a like on the video and of course subscribe to my channel if you are new. Have a great day and I'll catch you next time, guys. Peace.